Welcome back. And I'm Simon here again for the festival Bring It On. I'm here with the DJ, singer, songwriter, Gemma Ylana.
Gemma Ylana, hi everyone.
Can you tell me about your music?
About my music, yeah. I write kind of music about self-love, empowerment, about how I'm feeling in the moment, depending on the day. But I really write music about experiences that I've gone through, that I've had. And when people listen to my music, I hope that they can hear it and take something from it that they've also experienced. We all share experiences, so yeah.
When I listen to your song, it's more like somewhere like the 2000, like the noughties R&B.
Yeah, I love 90s R&B. A lot of my older music for my EP, Primavera, is a lot of the songs, they kind of have like a 90s R&B vibe. But I'm working on a new batch of music now, some new music, and my new music feels a little bit more, it's going to feel a little bit more electronic. Still, it's always going to have that soul and R&B in it, because that's the way I write. That's where my voice kind of sits. But I'm looking forward to trying to make a bit of a new sound and carve out my own sound within R&B, pop. I love reggaeton. I love Latin music. I love dance music. So I'm looking forward to making something new.
So what's make it like different?
What makes it different?
Yeah, you said something new.
Yeah. Well, new for me, I feel like it's pretty hard to make something completely new. Some people have done it for sure. But for me, I kind of just want to stay true to myself, make music that I can relate to, that I want to make more music that I can dance to as well. A lot of my older stuff is a little bit slow, which I still love. But I feel like I want to have a bit more fun on stage, dance a bit more.
I did listen to the same.
Yeah.
You remix it.
Yeah.
So how do you remix it?
So the way that we remix it is I got a friend, another amazing Sydney artist, Mung Mung. She has a verse in that track. And I also had the pleasure of working with some producers from Melbourne, Bibi Sophie, Jupiter, and Bibi Sani. They remixed it. So they we collaborated and they remade the track.
Cool. You said about Primavera, Spanish, Italian. I don't know what it means, but...
You don't know what it means? Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Primavera, for those who don't know, means spring in both Italian and Spanish. I'm Italian and Chilean. And when I was coming up with a name for the EP, I thought it would be really nice to find a name that had the same meaning. And I looked around for ages and I kind of landed on Primavera because it means spring in Italian and Spanish. And the way that I've kind of thought about this EP is it's a collection of songs that I wrote from the age of some songs I started at 14 and about 14 to 22, 23, maybe even 21. And I feel like that youthful, that era of my life really feels like the spring, if you will. And maybe now I'm coming into my autumn, maybe I'm coming into my summer, I'm not too sure, but that period of time, that was my spring. That was when I was growing up, blooming. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful name.
That's very, very interesting to say.
Yeah.
When I think about the Chileans, what's between you and the Argentinians of the same culture and religion? What makes the differences?
Nah, there are heaps of differences. I get what you mean. There are heaps of differences. Our empanadas are different. We have different empanadas. What else? Also, the way that Argentinians speak Spanish, they have they're kind of semi-similar to Spanish, where they have a slight, they pronounce their words a little bit differently to the rest of South Americans. There are a lot of Italian immigrants, a lot of people migrated to Argentina from Italy, and I think that heavily influenced the accent, the Argentinian accent. So instead of pollo, like chicken pollo, they say pollo. I might have got that wrong. I hope I didn't. But I know for a fact that every South American country has its own accent. Chilean is crazy. But I'd say that's one difference.
When I think about the one common thing they love is football, soccer.
Yes, for sure.
Does that include you?
I like football when it's the World Cup, but aside from that, I can't say I'm a massive fan.
So would you so which country support? What country?
Of course, I support Chile and Italy and Australia. I support them.
What is the best way and the worst way for your country's outcome?
In soccer,
Yeah, for the World Cup.
the worst outcome happens all the time. They don't get in. They don't qualify. I'm pretty certain the last World Cup, Chile didn't get in. I could be wrong, but Chile hasn't gotten into the World Cup a few times. The best outcome is they do get in. Woo!
You know what my worst? I would say my worst imagine I would think about
Yeah.
for Chile is getting embarrassed by your rival Peru. For Italians, you choke in the finals, or not qualify like the last World Cup.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Italy didn't get in either. Yeah. Last year I only had the last World Cup I only had Australia to support.
You have like upcoming music?
Yes, I do. So I'm working on a new EP at the moment. I won't give away too many details just to keep it exciting. But it's going to be a very special project. It's going to be a concept EP. So it will rely very heavily on vocals. Not vocals. It will very heavily rely on visuals just as much as the music. That's all I'll give away. It's going to be a double project, if you will. The visuals and the music will really go hand in hand. It's going to be very special.
Alright, I feel I want to wrap it up. Before you go, tell us where we can find you online.
Yeah, of course. So you can find me. My social media is GEMMAYYYLANA, Gemma Ylana. And as for my music, you can find me at Gemma Ylana on all streaming platforms. Ylana with a Y. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks for coming around. See you next time.
See you next time. Thanks for having me.